What's up guys, Mr. Scanlon here, and welcome to your first computer science video lesson. Now in these videos I'm basically going to be covering what we see in the Gitbook chapters. So in this one I'm pretty much going to be going over everything that's in that Python Programming 1 sheet. This video should be linked at the bottom of that sheet right above like where you should do like your first project and stuff like that. I really encourage you guys to read through the entire section that I wrote in the Gitbook because there's a lot of things that I'll cover in there that I won't or can't necessarily cover in this video. Like I might put some links to some external sources or like another video or something like that, like a link to another video inside the text. And then there's also some pictures and stuff like that that are important to look at. So definitely when you're going through these lessons, read the text first and then head to the bottom for the video when you're done, and then you should probably do the projects right after that. Alright, so in this video, basically, like I said, just going over how to get everything set up. The text was right, so what you should do in case like you had any issues is you're going to want to look up Python on Google and just go to python.org and go ahead and just go to downloads. Now you're going to want to download this Python 2.7. Right now mine is 2.712 the version. There's also the 3.5. We want 2.7, not 3.5. The reason why is because we just want like the most base standard model of Python. There is somewhat of a significant difference between the two of these, but it's not huge. And a lot of the stuff that we're going to be using later in the course definitely uses 2.7 over 3.5. So go ahead and get 2.7. It's a pretty quick download, as you can see down here. It's only 21 megabytes. I think my internet might be downloading a little bit faster than Carmel's, so bear with it. But definitely download it, and then it's a pretty quick install. I'm not going to go over that, but just open it up, install it as the standard install that they have there. And then when you're done, there's basically two ways. It depends on what system you're using to check if you have it installed. If you're on a Mac, go ahead and open up Terminal. If you need to find it, just go ahead and search for Terminal in here. And if you're on Windows, go ahead and search for Command Prompt. That's what it's called on Windows. And it should be like black and white on Windows. This is white and black. But if you're on Mac, go ahead and just type in Python. And when you hit enter, you should see this like Canopy Python 2.711 and then a bunch of stuff. As long as you see Python 2.711 and then maybe like your cursor thing here changes, you're good. You have Python installed. I'm just going to hit exit here and get out of this. You're good. You have Python installed. You're ready for the next step. If you're on Windows, what you're going to have to do as soon as you open it up is type in CD, which stands for change directory, and then a capital C, this colon, this I think that's backslash, and then Python, capital P, Python 2727. And then when you hit enter on that, it's not going to work on a Mac, but when you hit enter on that on a Windows, it should do the same thing that you just saw with a Mac, and you'll be good then to move to the next step. If that does give you an error, ask me and I can help you figure it out. The next thing you're going to want to do, I'm actually going to skip a step here. In the text it tells you to download Sublime, and you should definitely do that. It's a pretty quick download, but that's a very easy download. I'm just going to go right to showing you how to download the PyCharm Community Edition. So let me just show you that. So you can just type in PyCharm or maybe PyCharm CE. Yeah, see, I just ragged on Carmel's internet, and now mine is running super slow. Okay, so just go ahead and click that link there. I close those. And what you want is this Community Lightweight IDE Edition, not the professional. This one costs money. This one is free and for more of scientific computing, which is what we'll be doing. So just go ahead and download that. It's a 178 megabyte download, but it's pretty simple once you have it to just install it and everything. So download it, install it, just go through the normal process. Alright, so once you have it installed, Mac or PC, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to open it up right here on my Mac. And it's going to look like this coming up here. Alright, so you're going to get a screen like this. you might not have any projects over here. You probably shouldn't because you just downloaded it for the first time. But what you got to do is just hit Create New Project. It's that simple. I have both 3.5 and 2.7 on my computer, so I have to specify in the interpreter, but you guys should just have 2.7, so make sure interpreter says 2.7 and then go ahead and hit Create. Alright, so yours should just say like Untitled. Mine says Untitled 5 because I've made a few of these blank ones. So what you got to do is, in order to get a Python file open to start programming, you have to go to this Untitled folder, which is this is your working directory here, and just right-click on it and go to New File. And I'm just going to type in here. Let's go with tutorial 1, and then you need a .py extension. So similar to if you ever have like a PDF or a Word document on your computer, it's saved as .pdf or .doc. Python files are saved as .py for .py, and then just hit OK, and that'll open it up. All right, so now as two things happen. First of all, you have a working file text editor here, right here. This is your the text editor portion of your IDE. IDE, in case you didn't know, stands for Interactive Development Environment. Though you should have seen that in the text. And then you also see this tutorial.py inside of your working directory there. All right, so Python programming is pretty easy for the most part, and that's why we're going to use this year instead of C++, which is what we used last year, or really any other language. Starting you off with Python will get you into the concepts much quicker, and will help you develop things with it later on in this course, rather than having to go from C++ to another language, simply because doing stuff with C++ at a high level is more difficult. All right, so all you really have to do to get started, to make your first program, we're going to make a program that just basically prints out hello world inside of a console, which we'll see in a second. All you have to do is type in print, and then parentheses, and then quotations. You can also use just single quotes, it doesn't matter, and then just type in hello world, just like that, and that's all. That's all you need to do. Okay, so you're done writing your first program. That's how easy Python is. Now, in order to build this and make it run, just go to Run, and then Run, and then it's going to ask you which one you want. Of course, you want the tutorial one. So just click that, and as you'll see, this console opens up at the bottom here, and it says "Hello World" right there. That's what we put in, and that's what we're getting out. Now, it doesn't make much sense, yet. You just made your first program, but this doesn't really show you anything, especially since we did this with Python. I think if we did it with C++, which is all of this code here, I'm just going to try and write this very quickly. Stream using namespace, space, standard, int, main, cout, hello world. You would have had to write all of this code in order to get the same reaction from C++ as you're getting with Python. And that's because Python is basically just C++, but wrapped in a more familiar, easier to understand language. So it's like I said, just as easy as saying, I'm actually going to say hello class this time, just to show you the difference. So I'm going to run this here, and you'll see now it's printing that out. And again, this might seem a little counterintuitive at first, because you're thinking like, all right, well, I could just write hello class inside of a text, or a Word document or something, and have it sit there. Why do I have to say like print, parentheses, quotes, and all that stuff? I'm not really getting a whole lot out of it yet. I mean, Python is going to make you a little bit more dumbfounded at first, but believe me, as we get into the course, you're going to see that Python allows you to do a lot of really cool things very quickly. All right, so that's it for your first programming video here. I'm going to end the video. In the next section, we're just going to be covering that Python Programming 2 chapter, and I hope to see you there.